Hello, everybody. This is Maggie Carey coming to you live. We are joined today by Maria Quezada and Saini Smith-Clarke from the Smith-Clarke Agency. And today we're going to be talking about why you should hire a professional. I'm going to let the ladies introduce themselves. Maria, if you could start.
Yes, hi. My name is Maria, and I am the CEO of Six Diamonds Tree Services, and we are licensed and insured in Putnam, Westchester, Connecticut, and also we work in Dutchess. And we've been in business over 25 years, and actually we are here to help you to protect your loved ones and also your investment.
And Saini?
Hi, good morning. I'm Saini Smith-Clarke of Smith-Clarke Allstate Agency. We're located in Mahopac, New York. We can service anywhere in New York, and we're really just here to help educate people on their insurance, they have gaps of insurance, and help them get the coverage they deserve.
Wonderful. And my name is Maggie Carey. I am the CEO of Master Media. We help businesses reach and retain customers by acquiring the most amount of promotion for the least amount of investment in their time, money, and stress. And we do that with strategically built websites and social media marketing. So today's topic is why hire a professional. And both Saini and Maria have tremendous experience in providing services to our community. We're located in Putnam County, New York, but both of them service a wide area outside of this location. So what I'd like to start off with is a first question. Maria, can you please, ladies, I'm getting some feedback. Does somebody have their phone on or anything? Are we getting some feedback, or is that just me?
I'm not hearing any feedback.
No? Okay, it must be on my end. So, Maria, can you please start and answer one question for me? The primary purpose of today's webinar is about why should we hire a professional? So why do you think people should hire a professional to do their tree service, for example, for tree removal?
I think, first of all, it is because they will know what to do and how to do it. You know, it is better to homeowners to hire a professional, because if something happened, you know, let's put it this way. If you ask me to cut a tree and I don't have experience, or I'm new on it and I just start, I don't have enough experience, right, to cut it down. I can cut it one way. Instead of put it on the side of your house, I can put it on top of your house. So you're
right.
Or also I can, instead of watching what I'm doing, where I'm going to throw it, I'm going to throw it on top of one of my coworkers. Let's put it that way too. It didn't happen before, you know.
And Maria, because of the 25 years experience you have in the industry, that's where I'm thinking that all comes into play, correct? The experience, that you don't just have experience, right? You do training and you're certified.
Yes, we are. We are actually, first of all, we certified with OSHA. We have to know every single detail of protecting ourselves and our coworkers. And then also we get training how to climb in the tree, how to cut the tree, how to do especially the cuts. You know, if you don't know how to cut it in the right way, then not big accidents being happened in the past to others. Thank God, not to us, but knock on wood, but to other people who just start and don't know exactly what they're doing. So it sounds like, hey, I can cut a tree, you know what I mean? I can do it myself, like so many people I heard saying, and I said, good luck, But if you don't know what to do, you shouldn't do it.
And Saini, on the insurance side, what are you seeing, people with relating to tree services, what are you seeing as far as the insurance? What should people have in place for their insurance needs?
So every company, every insurance company and policy is a little different. But there is, on our policies with Allstate, there is an optional tree and shrub removal coverage. So if a tree falls, typically on a home policy, if a tree falls and doesn't hit something that's covered, like your shed or your dwelling itself, then it's not a covered claim. So if you don't have that tree and shrub removal coverage, you're paying out of pocket to have that tree removed.
Gotcha.
Granted, it has to go above your deductible. So the important thing to remember is your home policy is not a maintenance policy. You want to make sure that you take care of your trees and shrubs to avoid a claim for a liability loss.
Wonderful. And for those of you who are watching, we just have Glow here saying good morning. Good morning, Glow. Thank you for joining us today. Please feel free to ask your questions in the messages below, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. One of the things, Maria, that I found with my home, now Manny has come and done work on our trees, but he looked at our trees. One tree that I had in the backyard is a very big tree, very close to my home. And there's this big gaping hole in the middle of it. I was worried this was a big knot. I was worried this tree was going to fall on my home. But when Manny came, he noticed that it was in good shape and that it wasn't in danger of falling. And he suggested doing something like cabling just to secure it a little bit better. But things like that, you could have a tree. How do people know if a tree is in danger of falling or not? Are there any indicators that they should be looking for?
Yes, actually, one of the indicators will be if the top of the tree is dying, like it's dead, or some branches doesn't have leaves. Like, for example, right now, all the trees coming up with leaves, right? And some of them not. So those trees that you don't see the leaves coming out now, that means that they're dead. Or maybe some trees that look green right now, but then some branches or the top of the tree is not green, is like dead. So that's one of the symptoms, like let's say it that way, the symptoms that means that the tree is sick. Like trees are like humans. We get sick so many times and we don't know what's wrong with us, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes the trees show on the skin, the skin of the tree as well. Sometimes you don't even notice in the top of the tree, but if you go close to the tree and you move some skin of the tree, you will notice that it's not good inside. You know what I'm talking about?
And also, you could have infestation of some kind of insect right inside of the tree that you may not see outside, correct?
Exactly. That's what the next point that I was going to mention. That as soon as you remove the skin, you will see if it's an infestation of any disease that is eating the tree or is damaging the tree or whatever the situation can be.
And Saini, how does that work with insurance? Like, say the tree falls on your home, right? Or maybe falls. You said if it falls on a structure, it may not, like say your shed or something, it might not be covered. But if it falls on your home, what are the steps that people would have to take in order to file a claim?
Yeah, so if it falls on your shed, just to clear this up, so you have other structures coverage on most home policies. So if it fell on your shed, it should be covered.
Okay.
Yeah, if it just falls and hits the ground, now you have to pay for removal of the tree. It didn't damage anything that's covered. That would be a separate incident, right? If you had tree removal, then you could do that. But yeah, so your dwelling coverage would cover if a tree fell on your house and damaged your home. And we recommend that you get somebody out right away to avoid any further damage. So yes, call us, but make sure you have a tree service come out, a roofer, somebody to patch that up and cover with a tarp to avoid any further damage. Definitely recommend calling Maria at Six Diamonds to get the tree removed. But again, you want to do what you can. Like when we write a new home policy, any home policy that gets written, an inspection is done. So inspectors will always have you remove any overhanging trees, anything that could be a possible future claim or any damage to your home.
Right. And one of the things you mentioned to me earlier was something about, don't use it as a preventative tool. Like your insurance shouldn't be preventative. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so you don't want to use your home policy or any insurance policy. It's not there as a maintenance policy.
A maintenance policy.
Yeah, it's there for any large covered losses. So you don't want to, put in a lot of small claims and finance every little claim, or wait for that tree to fall to have a loss. Because, let's face it, it may not hit your home. It may hurt somebody, right? It may fall on somebody. That's not covered under your home policy. I mean, you do have liability coverage, but you want to avoid any losses like that. It could fall on your car. Your home policy doesn't cover if a tree falls on your car. So you better have full coverage on that vehicle for it to be covered. If not, that's not covered. So definitely not used as a maintenance policy.
Maria, was there something you wanted to add?
Yes, I actually want to share also, and I know that Saini is an expert on this question or suggestion actually. When we had a big tornado on 2 years ago, a lot of people didn't even know what it was cover, and some of them, they didn't have any coverage on trees damaging the roofs. So how can you help them, Saini?
Sure. So you at the time of a loss or a claim or a storm is not the time to find out what you're covered for or what you're not covered for. So we 100% recommend annual reviews of your policies. Things change. Mm-hmm. You should definitely review your policy. We're happy to review your policy, even if it's not with us, no obligation, just to discover any gaps of coverage. Because our goal is to make sure everyone's covered, right? We see things happen. We don't want that to happen to you. So we would be happy to review your policy. And since Hurricane Sandy, I believe it was,
right,
added like a storm deductible in most counties. In Putnam County for Allstate, we don't have a hurricane deductible, but a lot of policies do have it. Other counties do have it with it as well. They usually have a separate hurricane deductible. Mm-hmm. That can be 5%, that can be 10%. So you always want to know what your coverage is, know what you're responsible for before it happens.
And I want to also mention to everyone who is watching this part of this presentation that you can trust Saini. She is a very honest person, and if she can help you to save some money, she will tell you. If you're good where you are, she will tell you. So she's not trying to get more clients. She is helping out, and this is what we're doing today: is teaching, and also sharing, to people what to do if you don't know what to do. Basically, don't wait for those hard moments or that hard time, and so we have to know in advance, and that way we are preventing, right?
Mm-hmm. And right now we're dealing with, our work from home situation. We do have to deal with COVID-19, and people are getting nervous. Saini, you and Maria both offer free estimates. So if someone isn't sure what their policy is covering, or someone isn't sure if a tree is dangerous, they can call either one of you at any time. They don't have to be a client or a current client or a past client. They can just call and get that information.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Yeah. And for those of you who are just joining us, feel free to leave a message in the chat below and let us know if you have any questions for either Maria or Saini or myself if you're a business owner and need help with your promotion. One of the things, bringing us back around to COVID-19, is there anything that either of you are seeing in your industries that people should be aware of? Anything that, or like right now they're home, right? They may have more time on their hands than they did, or now they have time to kind of sit down and analyze what's going on with their property or with their insurance. Are there any additional steps? Like I know Saini wasn't also doing something for their clients, something special for their clients.
Yeah, so we're offering the shelter in place or payback. It's called. It's 15% of your April and May payment. So yeah, because obviously cars aren't being used. I mean, I drive maybe once a week to stop by the office, so they're giving that discount back, or it's like a refund back for their April and May payments.
Yeah, just got that today.
What's that? Oh, you got yours?
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice little payback, something that was unexpected. You have to apply for that, correct?
In the beginning, you had to go on the app and opt in to get it sooner, but they're just applying it to everybody's account. You don't have to do that at this point. But it's definitely a good time. Like now that you may have some extra time, it's a good time to review your policies. I mean, we're available. You could text the office number, email, call. We're still working remote, so we're available if anyone has any questions.
Were they doing something with? There was something else, wasn't there, that they were doing something about? Was it like some kind of annual thing you got for free? I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it. It was sort of like a legal.
Yeah, so we are. You're right. Thank you. We are offering the identity theft coverage protection, which is endorsed on your auto or your home policy. Allstate is giving that for free until the end of the year.
And do you have to be an Allstate customer?
You do have to have an Allstate policy. Yeah.
Okay, great. But it doesn't matter which one, right?
It doesn't matter which one. You can add that on.
Great. And Maria, any thing you'd like to share with us about what your team is doing to protect people when you come to their homes, or what people should be doing during COVID-19?
Yeah, I think right now is a good opportunity for homeowners who are stay home, work from home, take a time, maybe 15 minutes walk or 5 minutes walk in the middle of the day, go outside and check what is close to your house, what is close to your garage, what is close to your pool, to the swing set, stuff like that. If you see a tree that is too close to those things that I mentioned before, maybe it is time for you to give us a call, free estimates, no obligation, and you decide what to do, and take that out of your way. Because remember, if we don't pay attention to those little stuffs outside, we can have a big problem in the future if something happens. And another thing that we doing right now is like we decorating homes. We late, but hey, we're doing it. We're doing mulching, spring cleanup, and we are almost end of May. That we doing it. So if anybody wants to decorate their home, with mulching and edging and all that kind of stuff, that is right now is a good time to do it.
One of the things that impressed me about Six Diamonds is when they come, they do a fantastic job, but then they clean up afterwards. Like you can't even tell that they were there. Everything is gone. You don't see dust or anything. It's amazing when they work on your trees. But Maria, you've been in business for over 25 years. You are licensed and insured, and this is where we come back to our main topic of why should you hire a professional? So, we've gotten, our neighbor Joe knows how to, can come down and cut a tree, cut down our tree. But what happens if, and this is for both of you, what happens if somebody gets hurt on your property and they're not licensed and insured? Maria, you've gone through this. You have to go through OSHA training, your staff. There's a process that you do, to maintain this. Why have you found that to be an important aspect in your business? And why should somebody choose somebody? What are people going to know about being, if you're licensed and insured? What does that mean to them? Does it matter?
Well, first of all, I just want to share something that really stay with people. Okay, maybe everything what we talk here they will not remember, but this will remember them. About 2 years ago, I had a cousin who works for someone who didn't have license or either insured, and this person apparently were doing a favor to someone else. Okay, in Denver, and my cousin went to work with him. And guess what happened? He never come home. So he passed away there.
He died on the job?
Yes.
And this was somebody that was not licensed and insured, just coming in and,
Correct.
Now, what, we're, Saini, something like that happens. What does that mean to, with an insurance? Like if you were the homeowner now, this poor man lost his family. Yeah, I mean, his family lost him. They have insurance claims now with his life now, and the homeowner is liable.
Yeah, so now the homeowner is open, they're exposed. Now their liability insurance would take over. So as a homeowner, and we say this in everything, right? Like cheaper is not always better.
Right.
You could save, you're not going to save in the long run. God forbid something happens. You're going to pay a lot more. So, yeah, so that would go against the homeowner's liability. They're going to put in a claim for that. Hopefully they have an umbrella policy for extra liability. But as a homeowner, you want to dwindle down your risk, right? So you want to make sure you hire somebody that's licensed and insured, right? Then you wouldn't be affected. It would go against their policy.
Right. And Maria, you also have a huge fleet of vehicles that you will take on the job with your staff, so that when they come out, you're getting a team of professionals coming out to help. And I think this is what sets Six Diamonds apart from some of the other businesses in our area. So I strongly recommend give them an opportunity to show you what they can do. And Saini, thank you again for your time. What I would like to give our people as we wrap up today. Well, first, before we wrap up, is there anything else that any kind of helpful tip or some words of wisdom you can give to our listeners today before we wrap up?
I actually have one thing to say, that if you hire anybody to come and work in your house, outside or inside or whatever the situation is, make sure you check their license and also make sure ask for their certificate of insurance. That's it. Listen, cover yourselves, because you don't ever know. Because I can say also, and this happens, okay? I can say that I'm licensed and insured, but my license can be expired, and also my insurance can be expired. So make sure you protect yourselves. That's why we're here, to help you to protect yourself and your investment.
That's a great point. Great point, Maria.
I agree, 100%. Yeah.
Anything on the insurance end that we should be aware of? I would assume a policy review is probably a good thing to do, right?
Definitely a policy review. You want to know what you're covered for. Don't wait until something happens to find out you're not covered. It takes a few minutes. Now with email and text, you don't even have to spend much time. Just let somebody review your policy. We're happy to do it. But I totally 100% agree with Maria. Ask for a current certificate of insurance and alleviate your risk a little more. So.
Saini, can you just take a minute to explain what an umbrella policy is?
Yeah, sure. So an umbrella policy is excess liability over your auto and home. So just picture your umbrella, you have your home and auto policy underneath that. If you have a large claim in either one, your auto or your home, liability loss, that will then take over. And it's usually $1 million to $3 million, depending on your assets. Very inexpensive, typically about $20-something a month, depending on your risk. So definitely something to check into.
Great. And if you ladies could each provide contact information so people can reply back, we're going to leave them in the comments below so that you can access us via our websites and then contact us, but just give us a little bit best way to reach out.
Yes, they can call us at 845-878-7888, or also they can check our website, sixdiamondservices.com. And we are here in 405 Route 52, Carmel, New York.
Wonderful. And Saini?
Yeah, we can be reached at 845-210-5550. You can find us on Facebook. Our link to our website is there. Saini Smith-Clarke, Allstate Insurance. And you can text or call the office number.
Wonderful. And I'm Maggie Carey with Master It Media. You can reach out to masteritmedia.com if you're interested in finding out how you can have something like this on your website. Please reach out to me. We also do website design as well as provide information on how to boost your social media presence. So You can get me 845-444-2752. And of course, our website, social media, we're all over the place. We appreciate the time that you ladies have spent in educating us on insurance and tree service around our homes. And also, please be sure, our listeners, thank you for joining us. Be sure to comment below. We will be tracking this presentation so that we can answer any questions that may come in after our live session ends in just a moment. So let's all say goodbye, ladies, and have a fabulous day. Enjoy your week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.